Teachers and coaches can play a significant role in motivating students to achieve success in difficult academic contests, including the Moody's Mega Math Challenge. In the M3 Challenge, each participating team must have a teacher from their school serve as a coach. Although coaches may not assist teams once the problem is downloaded, they can help teams organize and prepare for the competition.
I've always been asked the question, how do you use math? What's math good for? Why am I learning this topic? And I think this illustrates to them and all of my students that I'll direct to Moody's, and it shows them why we're learning math. The whole point of math is not just some abstract thing that floats around. It's actually something that should be applied and used every day.
A lot of it was getting the kids to be working together. That's really the key role. So early on, we had a whole bunch of kids who were interested. It really surprised me. I figured we'd maybe get 3 or 4. I might have to beg a few other kids to get involved, but I had 14 kids who were interested. So I had to take those 14 and whittle them down to 10.
High Tech has entered several teams over the years, and we've had some very successful and some not successful. As an engineer, former engineer, I tell my students I learn more from failure than I learn from success. So as I look at, well, why did these teams not succeed? And I looked at the teams that did succeed and what were the differentiating characteristics. So it's not just on intelligence, it's just not based upon knowledge. And the problems today are so massive that it has to be based upon teamwork, people working together. There has to be some leadership, and also in terms of preparing for this particular competition, ability to communicate.
Dr. Ang and I, in the fall, do a mock Moody's math competition, and we had about 40 students interested this year. It's a mini version for 3 or 4 hours. Dr. Ang writes the question, and then we read the papers, and we take the top 10 papers and we divvy up the teams.
A lot of what we did was getting together on a weekly basis, and I'd give them a small problem which required a lot of brainstorming. So I really wanted to see what they would come up with just working together, and that allowed me to see interactions, both good and bad, and help me decide on which was going to be the best teams.
They get to apply everything that they've learned in all of their classes. So actually everything has been a preparation their entire lives, everything that they're involved in.
They've been doing these modeling problems for at least 2 years through their curriculum. I added to it. I had a couple of my friends come in from the university and talk about some statistical modeling and other kinds of modeling.
You need a little bit of everything. Our teams have somebody who can write well. They all have to be able to do math. We have at least one person who's strong in statistics, economics, and computer science.
This is why we do it. That's really what it boils down to. In this day and age, it seems like educators are being rained down on from all directions, but this is the kind of thing that keeps us going.